3, 2, 1, go. I don't know why I just did that. Are you like me? Have you noticed that box art is kind of not that good sometimes? I posted recently on like YouTube posts that the Uncharted 4 box art is really upsetting to me. And to a degree, the Nathan Drake collection box art. Because look at this. What the heck is this? It looks cool, like graphically, it looks like centered and everything, but this tells you nothing about Uncharted. If you saw this, you wouldn't be like, oh, it's a story about a guy who goes on a treasure hunting adventure. You'd just be like, oh, this is an angry guy who shoots people. It is, but he does other things too, the arguably more important things. So I went ahead and redid a lot of the box art for Uncharted. All of the games, the mainline games, I redid the box art, and I want to show it to you guys. This is what I would have done if I was the head box art designer at Naughty Dog. Quick disclaimer, I also don't have access to the original models of like the characters like they probably did when they were like making the box art. So this is just me trying to do my best with a lot of photo mode. So just keep that in mind. I just want to show you what I would have done, like a proof of concept type situation. So here's the first box art for Uncharted Drake's Fortune. It's not too bad. Like I said, it looks good. Like, it looks cool. It just doesn't really look like Uncharted. You got, like, a skull here and an angry guy with a shotgun. If you didn't know what Uncharted was, you'd just think this is a game where a guy shoots a bunch of people in the woods with a shotgun. So I went ahead and I made my own. Okay, this is my own image of what I would do. Again, I'm working with photo mode, and photo mode, especially on the first 3 games, not very good. But this is what I would have done. You got Nathan and Elena. They're in like clearly a cave-like area with a torch and a laser pointer. And on the back, I have some screenshots of it and like a blurb explaining what the game is. I'm not going to read it. You can pause and read it if you want. Basically, it just says that like Nathan Drake is a guy who goes into the woods and kills a bunch of people with a shotgun. And that's what I kind of would have done if I were designing the box art. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, highly regarded as one of the best Uncharted game. I prefer 3, but that's just me. Ooh, so we got Nathan Drake here. He's hanging from a train. You can't really see that it's a train in this image, but you can kind of tell. If you've already played the game, you know he's hanging from a train. And then on the back, it has like some stuff about Nathan Drake. He's swinging on a vine and shooting people, which he doesn't do at all in Uncharted 2, I don't think, but whatever. It's cool. I don't have an issue with that part. Here's my version. You ready? Take a look at this. Boom, look at this, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. You can tell just by looking at the box art exactly what this game is about. It's like a big angry gold man who's like holding the earth, and these 2 like highly saturated people are kind of like looking at him. And that's the whole story really. But here you can actually see the train and kind of tell that it's a train a little bit. I don't know, that's just what I did, and I'm proud of it. So this is one of the box arts from Uncharted 3. I believe this is the European box art, I think. It doesn't look like the box art for Uncharted 3 that's on the back of the Nathan Drake collection. So I don't know what region this is. I think this is the European one. This one looks okay. You know, it's fine. I don't have an issue with this. A lot of Uncharted 3, what made it so interesting was like the spectacle of Nathan Drake just constantly getting into these insane situations. He's like fending off a bunch of like spiders. He's dangling from a plane. He's getting into a shipwreck. My only two complaints here is that 1, Nathan Drake's face in here is scary, and 2, he's got his gun kind of pointed off to the side, but in this scenario, he's hanging from a plane. So who the heck is he shooting at down there? This is fine. I don't even have an issue with this one. And this is another one that I found. This one I think is Chinese. And this one is fantastic. Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. You got him standing in front of the plane. It doesn't really explain that much about what the game is, but I don't know. You know he's going to be a guy in the desert in a plane crash. It's okay. I don't have a problem with that. And then here's my version. Here's what I put up here. You can see he's looking at the map. He's a little bit cross-eyed. And also, don't notice that his right thumb is kind of just sticking right through the map. Don't pay attention to that, okay? Ignore that, please. And then, just back to this one, Uncharted 4. Great game. Huge fan of it. What is this? Who put this out here? This game has a great story, and it has very good puzzles. The combat is pretty good, but that's not the only thing. But you didn't even put him in like a combat scenario. He just looks like sad. This whole thing is just so dark. Even this picture on the left, looks cool. Like, that's a cool shot. That's very well done. But I don't know. There's like some happy, like uplifting parts of the game. It's very like comedic.
There's a handle in here or something.
Well, give it a pull.
What? Could be a trap.
You're already in there. What's the worst that could happen?
I lose my hand?
So we'll get you a nice hook.
It doesn't have to be this like miserable. And then we're gonna pull up the Yeshio edition, what Yeshio would do. This was my original concept. What I wanted to do was something like this, but I just couldn't get it to look good with photo mode. Photo mode is really finicky, even on the later games. It's a lot better, but it's still really finicky. So I just went with this. I think this kind of symbolizes the game. The whole game is the relationship between Nate and Sam. That's like the kind of driving force of the whole game. So I thought having Sam catch Nate would be like a cool shot to put on the cover. I tried so many different shots for this cover. Played through the game so many times, just trying to get the right shot, playing in slow-mo so I can pause it at the right time and get the perfect photo mode shot. And then in the back, you just got some blurb about Nathan Drake being a dork, and him and Sam are kicking it on a motorcycle. It doesn't look better, I'll admit that. The original obviously blows this out of the water. But this, I feel like, symbolizes the game a lot better than the actual box art. At least, this is what I'm just trying to show you what I'm going for. And then, of course, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. This does look cool. It looks like two, like maybe secret agents are gonna go on like a Black Ops mission, which is not at all what happens in the game. Nadine never wears a bulletproof vest. I don't know where they got that from. I don't think either of their outfits are right. I think they just like, it's not this like dark. Why do you have this like shadow scene right over here? 70% of the game takes place under direct sunlight. I feel like a lot of box art just doesn't explain the game. I guess as time goes on, more people prefer to get games digitally, so they just don't try as hard on the box art. That's my theory. Because this is not even like, they don't explain what the game is, how you play it, what goes on in it, and then ready, this is what Yeshio did. Boom. Look at this. This looks so much better. You can't really see their faces that well, but you can clearly see they're in this vast area. She's got a map. She's taking some notes down on the map, writing down where the local Chili's is. And then you got them smiling in the back. They don't look miserable. They're actually having a good time, because most of the game, they're not, like, miserable. Like, they don't get along super well, but, like, that's kind of the plot of the game. Oh, one more thing I want to point out. I like it when I have my games on my shelf and I can actually see what game it is just by like the color. So I made sure every spine of every game corresponds to what Nathan Drake or Chloe wears. So obviously Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is red, and then we got A Thief's End, which is a little more blue, and then the other colors, you know, kind of represent what Nathan Drake wears in that game. And finally we got one more. This one turned out my favorite. This is the Nathan Drake collection. Why is Nathan Drake just standing in, like, the void and he's made out of a map? The fact that he's got, like, the map texture, that's cool. That is cool. I will admit that's a really cool idea, but, like, it's just blank in the background, man. Like, this could be people's first introduction to Uncharted, and you've told them nothing about why the game is good. And then on the back, this back cover is totally fine. Like, I've got nothing against this, because it shows the 3 box arts, which, yeah, I don't like the original box art that much, but, you know, if that's the box art, that's the box art. So showing the 3 box arts for the first 3 games in the collection is perfectly fine. That's great. The caption, again, tells us nothing. So I would not have that there. And then you ready for this? Boom! Look at this. You're gonna tell me this isn't good? You're gonna tell me the like 10 hours I spent on that stupid tutorial to figure out how to make these drawings here? You're gonna tell me it wasn't worth it? Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection, you got the ring, you got the descriptions of the 3 games, and then you've got this shot in the background that shows the 3 games and a shot of Nathan from each of the games, and I just think it's cool. I think that it's a much better concept to do it this way than just have Nate kind of standing in a blank, like, space. But I'm really proud of the way these came out. I think they look pretty good. Obviously, they're not professional because I'm just trying my best here with what I have. I have played so much Uncharted in the past month. It is insane. I'm gonna go play through it one more time.